So without further ado, I would like to welcome our first comedian to the stage. She is one of the producers of Los Uff Das. She hosts a Mike and Flappers on Monday nights. You've seen her at the Animal Bar, you've seen her at the Fourth Wall, you've maybe seen her in my car because we're married. Please welcome to the stage, Nicole.
Keep it going for Fred. Thank you. Thank you. And give it up for yourselves for coming out and making it on a Friday in the crazy traffic. Yeah, so I am Nicole Blessing. My middle name is Marie. And now you know that I grew up in the Midwest. Yeah. I was a home shopping model. Yeah. On live television, where anything can happen. A guest host can say, "Mama loves a strap-on," and be talking about luggage. Yeah. My sister, she still lives in the Midwest in Iowa. Yeah, she called me. She was really upset because her elderly next door neighbor has moved out. And the people clearing out the stuff, they were not at the level of decorum that my sister expects. They were rude, loud, obnoxious. They swore in front of her children. She decided to take matters into her own hands. She walked over and said, hey, this may be okay where you're from, but this is not downtown Des Moines. Hashtag not downtown Des Moines. So I decided to try this out, in the world. I was at Target. Yeah, this woman, she cut in front of me in line, and I was like, hey, this is not downtown Des Moines. Back of the line. It's more confusing than anything else, but it works. Yeah, my sister, she was a little upset that we're not going to Iowa for Christmas. But I tell her the same thing. Until you can accept that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, we are not coming. Yeah, thank you. Do we have Bruce Willis fans?
Yeah.
I don't know. It has Christmas music. There's a Christmas party. I don't know what she expects. Christmas in Minnesota. That is basically Norwegian sweaters. Yeah. Thank you. And a lutefisk. Now, in Minnesota, we're all issued a Norwegian sweater at birth. And it is the best sweater you will ever own. But in LA, it is a conversation starter. You show up in this and throw in, I just picked this up in Oslo. And suddenly you are interesting and cosmopolitan. So, lutefisk. Do you all know what lutefisk is? No. Okay. I will educate you all. It is a whitefish, and it is cooked in lye until it becomes like a fish jello. Yeah, it gives a whole new meaning to washing your mouth out with soap. Yeah, and that's how we're festive. I have some lutefisk in the freezer right now. Yeah, all you really need to know about all the Scandinavian folklore around Christmas, like the elves, the gnomes, the fairies, they all want you dead. Yes, because that's how Scandinavians are festive. Are we excited for Christmas? I don't know if I can ramp myself up for it this year, because Christmas it is kind of seems like the HPV of holidays. There's just no escaping it. This all started back in July. Think back in July, all those Christmas in July sales emails. I know it's really horrible, but those are like my heroin. I wake up from a blackout in an entirely new rewards tier at Nordstrom. And Hallmark, they have to get in on the action too. You know, not only are they sending out those limited edition ornament teaser emails, but they are making you question your relationship. Because everything in the Hallmark world works out 2 weeks max. Okay, there's a guy on horseback, ready and waiting to propose. And no one, I mean no one, ever gets a yeast infection. Hallmark is so insidious that since I went back to being blonde, I found out I'm the lead character in one of their storylines. Now I've got to move to a small town and open a candy store with an Etsy presence. But I mean, we barely had a Halloween. Black Friday's been going on for months. Thanksgiving was just a blip. Target dog, with his unrealistic family, has been busting through since September, like Kool-Aid Man. Okay, but the passive-aggressive reality that many of us face at the holidays would be the worst commercial ever. Like, oh, please pass the yams, and Mom was going to teach me how to drive, but then you were born. Yes, and that was just a little window into my dysfunctional childhood. Thank you, Fred. Fred and I, we try to avoid that. We hide from my family, at least. I met Fred in Minnesota. Yes. My father was Catholic, my mother was Methodist, and I married a Lutheran. And in the Midwest, that is considered a diverse family. Initially, I was drawn to Fred's lack of interest in winter sports. And then it grew from there. Yes, his only foray into winter sports is cross-country skiing. That is skiing along a horizontal plane. A little bit faster than walking. Because we're both broken Minnesotans. Yeah, my mother-in-law, she still lives in northern Minnesota. And she called because she is in crisis. She's like, oh, we're rehearsing for the Christmas program at church, and there is a serious problem. Jill in bell choir, she is missing all her cues because she is drunk all the time. The carol of the bells has become the bane of my existence. Now what you need to realize is that in northern Minnesota, handbell choir is taken very, very seriously. But you know, they're looking at different options. She's like, oh, you remember Helen, my ride or die? Well, she has a plan. She's gonna take Jill's bells and replace them. She's going to take out the clappers. Because we still want her to feel like she's part of the community. Now, this really begs the question, is Jill just going to be so drunk she's going to stand there and just wring her little heart out? Or will she just be too drunk to even care? Yes, you'll have to find out on the next episode of The Real Housewives of Little Marie, Minnesota. Yeah, it has been kind of a weird year. Anybody else weird year? Yeah. Okay, so all of the Christmas parties that we are going to this month are being given by our Jewish friends.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Yes, I feel like our Christian friends are kind of slacking off a little bit. Yeah, but it sort of begs the question, like, what does one bring as a hostess gift? Do you bring a creche? I mean, is he really a savior at this point, or is he just a Jewish baby? I don't know. And I do have some very, very earth-shattering news, you guys. Yeah. Jesus was a Virgo.
Oh my God.
He was not a Capricorn. Okay? And this is based off, astronomers saying that the star that the Magi were following, like a TikTok video, was really a comet. And that comet was visible during the early fall, not in December. because, you know, the Catholic Church, they just co-opted December. They were like, you know, let's just take like the winter solstice and this pagan holiday and make it our own. Yeah. But I mean, shouldn't we have really known? Because Capricorns, they are not very humble. They make easy things, you know, like just successful, right? I mean, sure, he rose from the death, but that took effort. But, you know, Virgos, okay, Virgos are, you know, they're hardworking, they're self-deprecating, they're humble, and that tracks with a carpenter, people. So I think that we really just need to move it back to early fall and let Jesus be the Virgo he was meant to be. This has been fun. You've all been so fun. I've been Nicole Blessing. Thank you all so much. I will turn it back over to the sexy man in the scar.
Keep it going for Nicole Blessing.